Welcome to Grand Prix, your go-to channel for the fastest updates in Formula One. We've got 3 hot stories for you, so make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay ahead of the pack. Let's get started. Felipe Drugovich's name is once again circulating in the Formula One paddock as one of the most realistic candidates for a race seat in 2026. While the Brazilian has long been tipped for a breakthrough, recent reports from the French press suggest that Alpine, backed by Renault, now views him as a leading option for its future lineup. The speculation comes after weeks of uncertainty surrounding Franco Colapinto's position in the team. Colapinto has struggled to deliver consistent results, and sources close to Alpine indicate that the Argentine may not be retained beyond this season. According to the respected French outlet L'Auto Hebdo, the restructuring of Renault's leadership has opened the door for Drugovich to be seriously considered. The article highlighted that Drugovich represents a solid alternative for the Instone-based team, citing his versatility, professionalism, and strong reputation within the paddock. The report also emphasized that his absence from the Formula One grid until now is seen by some as an anomaly, given his talent and achievements in junior categories. Drugovich's profile has been further boosted by endorsements from key figures inside Aston Martin, where he has served as reserve and development driver since 2023. Fernando Alonso, in particular, has repeatedly praised Drugovich's dedication in the simulator, his contributions during free practice sessions, and the professionalism he brings to testing duties. For a team like Alpine, which seeks stability alongside Pierre Gasly, such qualities are seen as highly valuable. Beyond his F1 commitments, Drugovich has built experience across multiple disciplines. He has tested Pirelli's 2026 prototype tires, raced in endurance categories such as hypercar, and gained exposure in Formula E. This varied background could give Alpine confidence that he is well prepared to adapt to the new era of regulations arriving in 2026, when car design and technical priorities will undergo a dramatic reset. The timing may also be favorable, with Cadillac choosing Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez for its debut season, and Aston Martin showing no signs of altering its current lineup. Alpine remains one of the few realistic opportunities for Drugovich to finally step into a full-time F1 role. His consistent presence in the paddock and ability to remain patient could now pay off. For Renault's new leadership, the choice also carries symbolic weight. Alpine is in need of a driver who can deliver results while helping to rebuild its competitive foundation. Bringing in a driver with Drugovich's discipline and experience could be seen as a decisive step toward revitalizing the project, especially with the 2026 regulations promising to shake up the competitive order. Still, much depends on Colapinto's performances in the remaining races of the current season. If the Argentine fails to recover and continues to lag behind expectations, Alpine's management may have little choice but to consider alternatives. And according to French media, Drugovich is currently ahead of rivals such as Jack Doohan in the pecking order. For Drugovich, this could represent the culmination of years of persistence. After winning the Formula 2 championship in 2022, he was unable to immediately secure a race seat, spending seasons in the shadows as a reserve. But now, with the support of Renault's management and growing recognition of his work ethic, he appears closer than ever to making the long-awaited leap to Formula One. According to reports from the German press, Max Verstappen is set to make his official debut in competitive racing outside of Formula One in the coming weeks. The Red Bull star, widely regarded as the most dominant driver of the current era, will line up at the legendary Nürburgring circuit, a track with which he already has a curious history. Earlier this year, Verstappen secretly tested a Ferrari GT3 car at the Nürburgring under the pseudonym Franz Hermann. That test attracted significant attention after rumors surfaced that he had unofficially broken a lap record during the session. While the claims were never officially verified, the use of the alias and the performance itself added to the mystique. Now, Verstappen is preparing to return to the circuit, but this time, he will compete under his own name. Before making his debut in the Nürburgring Langstreckenserie in LS, Verstappen must complete a mandatory theoretical test scheduled for September 13th. The test is required because, despite his world-class experience in Formula One, he is classified as a rookie in official Nürburgring competition. If he passes, he will be cleared to compete in the 9th round of the NLS Championship on September 27th, driving a Ferrari GT3 entered by his own team, Verstappen.com Racing. The timing of this debut is notable, as it falls shortly after the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, which takes place from September 19th to 21st. This means Verstappen will have very limited time to transition from Formula One to GT3 racing, underlining the challenge of managing both commitments at the highest level. Still, the Dutchman has never hidden his interest in endurance racing, and this opportunity may serve as a first step toward exploring that passion in an official capacity. For years, Verstappen has hinted at a possible future in categories beyond Formula One, particularly endurance racing. He has often spoken of his admiration for the 24 Hours of Le Mans and other long-distance events. His participation in the NLS could therefore be interpreted as more than just an isolated appearance. It may represent the beginning of his gradual preparation for life after Formula One. The Nürburgring is an especially fitting place for such a debut. Known as one of the most challenging circuits in the world, the Green Hell demands absolute focus, precision, and endurance from drivers. For Verstappen, it offers a unique test of his adaptability and skill in a racing discipline vastly different from the sprint-style intensity of Formula One. Whether this marks the start of a parallel racing career or simply a one-off challenge remains to be seen. What is certain, however, is that Verstappen's involvement will draw significant attention to the NLS round, adding an extra layer of intrigue to the event. Fans and competitors alike will be eager to see how the three-time world champion performs in GT3 machinery against seasoned specialists. For now, Verstappen remains fully committed to Red Bull and Formula One, where he continues to fight for championships. But the Nürburgring appearance provides a glimpse of what the future may hold, a future where the Dutchman extends his career beyond F1 and into the demanding world of endurance racing. So what do you think? Will Verstappen excel in GT3 racing as he has in Formula One? And is this the first step toward a career shift into endurance competitions once his F1 chapter comes to a close? Following the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, a significant portion of the Formula One paddock is staying behind for 2 additional days of testing, organized by Pirelli. These sessions are part of the ongoing development program for the next generation of Formula One tires, which will debut alongside the new technical regulations in 2026. Among the drivers taking part is Brazilian Felipe Drugovich, who will represent Aston Martin. For Drugovich, the test represents another important opportunity to gain track time in a Formula One car and continue showcasing his abilities in front of teams and decision-makers across the paddock. On Tuesday, he will share the track with Max Verstappen of Red Bull and Yuki Tsunoda, also representing Red Bull in the program. The following day, Wednesday, the lineup will change as other teams join the testing schedule. Williams will field Alex Albon alongside Carlos Sainz, while Racing Bulls will participate with Isaac Hadjar and Liam Lawson. This mix of established stars and young prospects highlights how Pirelli's program not only contributes to technical development, but also provides valuable experience to drivers seeking to solidify or advance their careers in Formula One. These Monza sessions are a continuation of the work that began earlier in the season. Before the summer break, similar tests took place at the Hungaroring, where Franco Colapinto represented Alpine but suffered an accident. Pirelli clarified at the time that the crash had no connection to the tires under evaluation, reaffirming the company's commitment to safety as it pushes forward with new designs. The primary objective of the Monza tests is to evaluate the behavior of different tire compounds under varying track conditions. With sweeping changes to aerodynamics and power units coming in 2026, Pirelli is working closely with teams to ensure that the tires will match the demands of the next era of Formula One. Data collected during these sessions will be crucial in refining the prototypes before final specifications are locked in. For Drugovich, the opportunity carries added significance. The Brazilian remains on the periphery of the Formula One grid, waiting for a chance to secure a full-time seat. With Alpine currently evaluating its driver options for next season and at least one vacancy still unconfirmed, speculation persists that Drugovich could be in contention. Strong showings in official test programs like this one strengthen his case and keep him visible to teams considering their lineups for the near future. Pirelli, meanwhile, has emphasized the importance of using multiple drivers and teams in its development program. The diversity of feedback allows engineers to better understand how different driving styles interact with the tire compounds, ultimately helping to create products that are consistent across the grid. With the 2026 regulations promising a major reset for the sport, these sessions are vital in preparing for what could be a new competitive landscape. For fans, the presence of both world champions like Verstappen and rising talents such as Drugovich and Hajar adds intrigue, as the tests provide a glimpse into Formula One's future. As the first images and data from Monza are released, attention will turn to how the tires perform and whether Pirelli can achieve the balance between performance, durability, and safety that will be demanded by the next generation of cars. At the same time, the spotlight will also remain on the drivers, particularly those like Drugovich who are still fighting for their place on the grid.